This fancy setup we have going. Excuse me if I get like distracted. We have a cat shelf running up that way to entertain cats, I guess. Yes. Anyway, hi. It's been a couple of weeks because I'm useless. I was trying to figure out how to work this fancy camera, which also allows you to stream. So I'm thinking of streaming on Twitch. My wand whittling, because that's fun. Excuse me, I'm not naked, I swear. I'm really badly in shot. So I know I've been like talking about all the secret squirrel stuff, and some of it is still secretly squirrely, but one thing's done. I was really busy working on my friends' wedding outfits. Well, not their wedding outfits, but outfits for their wedding. They got married on Halloween, and it was beautiful, and I cried. Like, they hadn't even said anything yet, and I was crying. But another thing is still secret squirrely. But the big thing I wanted to talk about is this new series I want to start. It's pretty much going to be, hey, tell me a story. I think I've talked about it before. But, you know, I think I've got my first guest. So that's exciting. She is literally one of my best girls and my next door neighbour. But, you know, she's agreed to do it. So that's a start. But I thought before I started getting other people's stories, I should really tell mine. Or like part of a story of me. So I don't know where to start. Hi, my name's Kalisha. I'm 30. I'm the second of 5 children, and I also have a stepsister, 3 brothers, and a sister, and a stepsister. I'm my dad's first, but my mum's second. Yes, I have 1 older brother, 2 younger brothers, and a younger sister who passed away I think in 97. She died of a staphylococcus virus caused by a massive scar she had because she had cancer really young. That was when I was really little, and that's kind of also the start of my mental health journey. Which has been, I guess that's what I'm going to talk about. It's been my life, you know, like I can't remember myself not ever being anxious. I just thought I was really messed up in the head, which now turns out that I was messed up in the head, but my brain doesn't work like other people's due to borderline personality. Sorry, they're like, when you have 3 cats, there's distractions. There's one just there. Monty! No. Anyway, so I only got diagnosed with that recently, and my whole life to this point started making sense. You know, I'm really confused because I had everything written down and I've lost it. So I'm trying to remember. So this is going to be lots of umming and ahhing. I'm sorry. I only got diagnosed a few months ago with borderline, and they think that's what I've had the whole time, pretty much. So yeah, it's made sense. Things now in my life make more sense. Like, I'm really sensitive, you know. I was just talking about having so many siblings, and when I don't hear from them, you know, I think they're mad at me, or they don't like me anymore, or they think I'm making things up. Well, not just my siblings, but like everyone. You know, also with the fibromyalgia, you know, I feel like that I'm being judged all the time because I'm in too much pain all the time to do anything. So I feel like I'm being judged, or that I'm making it up. And that's not the case. Oh fuck, I'm so sorry, I hate saying I'm trying not to cry at the moment. I feel really alone all the time. I take everything personally, like not hearing or being like asked to do things and not hearing from people. And I know they have their own lives, but I feel like I can't contact them because I'm a waste of space and they don't actually need to hear from me, so I don't contact people. But no one, like, that's led to not ever being asked to do things, or I don't know, I just feel really left out with a lot of things. I remember, you know, like, my mum, there's nothing against my mum, but my mum organised a 60th birthday for my stepdad and I wasn't invited, and that really hurt. That my little brother had a party for his birthday. He's 18, he's my baby brother, he's like my favourite person on this planet, and I wasn't even told, like, sorry you can't come or anything. I just had to hear about it, and then that felt like a kick in the guts. And everyone's like, don't be so sensitive, don't be so sensitive, but I don't know how else to be, you know, like, something stupid recently that I always said that there was this one thing that I always wanted to do for my nephews, and I found out someone else had done it, fully knowing that this was a big deal to me, and, like, it makes me feel sick, because how could family do that to you, you know, like, I feel really stupid, but this is what goes through my head. I feel like if I didn't have my mum, I'd just be forgotten, like, sorry, no, it's only because of my mum I know about anything ever that's going on. And my biggest fear is that when she dies, I'm gonna be alone, you know. Bear and I don't plan to have kids. And so, like, my biggest fear is that I'll lose contact with my siblings. And then he'll die when we're older. And I'll be alone. Like, I've never had to be alone before. And the thought of it, like, hurts me so much. And I feel ridiculous for feeling these things. Like, I don't think a normal person has thought about everyone dying around them as much as I have. I don't know. I guess one of, like, my sole focuses in life is death, you know. It's something I've been around for such a long time. I'm not scared of dying. well, I'm not scared of death itself, because everyone dies, but I'm scared I'm gonna get really sick and I'll have no one, because I have like hardly any friends, and the friends I do have, apart from my friend next door who you'll meet probably soon, they live overseas, or they like have their own tribulations and dramas, and I'll be alone. I'll have no one, because I already feel like I have no one. Like, no one, you know? I know this is meant to be my story, and this is just me now having a cry on the internet. So, I saw my first therapist after my sister died. And I was like, I don't know. I remember my sister died in the school holidays, so she died in January. And so in New Zealand we have our big break, like it starts in like late November, early December. I think it's mid-December now. And then you don't go back to school till like late January. And so my sister died in January, and I was glad for that. But then I got put into a class with the school I was at when my sister died. I hadn't started until earlier the year before, because of a whole bunch of other stuff that I will probably tell you about another time. And you know, I went back to school and I was still feeling really sad, and I still cried all the time, and I got picked on for it. Like, they were like, oh, when my dog died I wasn't sad this long, or when my nana died I wasn't sad this long. And you know, like, I was bullied like crazy, and I feel like that started it, you know? Like, just, or what 7-year-old should be sitting there like worried about going to school and whether they would have friends that day or not, because that was my life at the school. Was one day these people would be my friends, and then the next day I had done something that I never remember what I had done. I don't feel like I'd actually done anything wrong, and they would just taunt me and bully me, and that's been my life since. Anyway, so I'd done that, and then when you turn, well, after primary school you then have intermediate, which I think is like middle school in like in United States terms. And you go there, well, I was 10 when I started intermediate, but I turned 11 in March. And I went to intermediate with a lot of the same people, from a very small school. And so it was like, it wasn't as bad, but everyone else kind of saw that it was easy to treat me like shit, and so I was treated like shit, you know. And then at my school, it's not like all schools. You start in year 7, which is, you know, 10 or 11, and then it goes right up to year 13, which is like your final year of high school. So I done years 7 with a teacher called Mrs. Norris, who is the one who got me into Harry Potter, and her name was Mrs. Norris, so it was even better. And then I done year 8 with Mr. Pinker, who I still have so much love for, because he didn't make me feel like an idiot. So if you ever see this, Mr. Pinker, thank you. Then I went on to year 9, which is your first year of like college or high school. And so a bunch of people had left and a whole bunch of new people had come in, but a lot of the people I was still there from my primary school. And I tried to make new friends. And I did, I guess. But there's this one day I remember so clearly where this wonderful human, who's still a wonderful human, her name was, I'm sorry if you don't want me to say this, but her name was Bernice. And I remember one day I was just hanging out with them and she pulled me aside and was like, you know, these girls talk crap about you behind your back. And that like really shocked me because I thought I was doing so much better, and I don't know why they were talking crap about me behind my back, but they were. And so that was like, oh, I was starting to feel a little bit better, but oh no, here we go. Right back into all those awful feelings. So I ended up leaving that school when I was 15. I think year 10. I don't know. I like, when I was young, it was like 4th form. Like, I left after 4th form. Or did I leave after 5th form? I can't remember. I left school. No, I left after 5th form. So I was 15. And I was like, oh yeah, like, I'm gonna make a name for myself. I'm gonna be so cool. And then I done a hairdressing course, which I sucked at and felt exactly the same, like I wasn't good enough. And then I went back to school. I decided I would go to a different school, and I didn't even like last 2 like blocks, like 2 terms, because everything kind of came back more. Well, not came back, but all my feelings of like worthlessness and stuff just, you know, got worse. So then I looked after my little brother for my mum while she worked until he started. I don't know if you can see, but there is a cat. Yep, there's his tail. I don't know what he's doing, sorry. This is him. Husky. Oh, okay, he's telling his story now. Sorry, I'm gonna have to move the lights because he wants on his shelf, I think. Oh, now I look spooky. Husky, come on, no. Sorry. Where was I up to? Went to another school, still felt shit. At this point, I also had my first, like, serious boyfriend, and it's just, I was awful to him. I was awful to him, and I feel sick to it to this day. Yeah, I feel sick to it to this day. But I don't know, I just, like, plodded along, not making any, like, anything to do. Like, I still feel this way, that I just have nothing to contribute to this world. I suffer chronic pain. I suffer massive, like, self-doubt and anxiety, and blah blah blah. Anyway, I went to uni for a bit. Nice was seeing this guy, and one day we were like text messaging, and he texted me, "What would you say if I told you I don't think I love you anymore?" Okay, before this guy, there was another guy who broke up with me on my birthday through text message, but he's not important. And that killed me. That was like I can't, like, to this day, just thinking about that hurts. And then, like, I don't know, I didn't make a clean break. Like, I kept sleeping with him for a while, and then I remember one day I was feeling really good about myself. I was like, oh yeah, I was feeling really like good looking and sassy, and my makeup looked good. Well, I think it looked good. It probably looked shocking. And it was like only a week or so after our breakup, and then I was like waiting to get on the bus to university, and I saw him holding hands with another girl who, I feel really mean saying this, but I was way prettier than him. And that like destroyed me. I literally dropped out of uni that day because it sent me onto a full downward spiral of self-hatred and lots of stuff. And so anyway, I then start seeing another person really fast after. Okay, I was awful. I would go, I think the longest I was single from 16 till in my 20s was 2 months. Don't do that. That's really bad. So blah blah blah. Then I start makeup school. What, 6 years ago? 2011. I finished. I done it. And I took time to be. The guy I had been seeing before that broke up with me a week before my course started. But I think it was the same day there was that massive earthquake in Christchurch. And so having people in Christchurch, I think, kind of padded that breakup a little bit, because I was worried about them more than like having been broken up. But I was so pissed off because he'd just broken up with me. And then like I'm on the bus and I'm like finding out about this earthquake, and he texts me about this earthquake, and I'm like, can you not? Oh my god. And then I was single for ages, and I'd done makeup school, and then I met Bear, which was great. Well, I didn't meet Bear, I had known him since I was like 18 or something. And we're still together. It's been 6 years. But for a really long time, all my self-worth was wrapped up in what boys thought of me, of like, I don't know, all these people I saw that didn't want me to be their girlfriend, but also knew that I was weak and would just sleep with me because I was there. And it was awful. And if you're going through that, I'm sorry. I know it's awful. And honestly, the best thing is to not. Like, I know that sounds stupid. And I know, yeah, just being single, at least I kind of had a break from myself for a while. Oh, that sounds really stupid. You know, I was able to focus on things that weren't these disastrous relationships I was in. But even doing that, I would beat myself up, you know, like, not good enough. I'm not a good enough makeup artist. I am awful, and like, I hated it. Like, it's got to the point now where I hate makeup. Like, I hate it. And it was something I always loved, always, always, always. And now, like, the thought of having to do makeup really upsets me. I'll do it, like, I'll do it, but I don't enjoy it anymore. I don't think I'm that good at it anymore, so I don't know. And that's how I feel now. Like, I don't do anything because I don't feel good enough. You know, if my friends, well, I don't feel like I have friends, so like, if my acquaintances and family don't even have time for me, why should I try? Sorry. My days are literally, I sit here and beat myself up, talk to my cats, hurt, beat myself up, talk to my cats, hurt. And then James gets home from work at 8 p.m. And so I don't do anything, you know, like I get up to feed the cats in the morning, and then my days are literally waiting for their next feed. And that's the only thing I've got going for me. This year, I've been hospitalized, well, had to go to the hospital twice for suicidal attempts, urges. I always thought by 30 I would be married, maybe have a kid. I don't really want kids, but I thought I'd have a kid and like not need to be on like 10 pills a day and have this whole adult thing sorted and be like a really good member of the community and actually have some sort of self-worth. But I don't. And it's like I didn't ask for any of this to happen. And I didn't ask to be in pain all the time. And from what doctors say and stuff, they think the fibromyalgia started when I was about 15. And they also don't know if fibromyalgia and depression cause each other or just like ride on each other's coattails. And so literally I don't know myself anymore without pain, without anxiety, without feelings of worthlessness. Did I ever know myself without these things? I remember having my first panic attack at 12 because I couldn't do handwriting. Not 12. No, I would have been 10 because it was before starting intermediate. And my mum and my aunt were trying to, you know, get me to sleep because it was late. And I couldn't. I was full on panicking because I couldn't do joined up handwriting. It sounds like everything's been doom and gloom. And I mean, I haven't had an idyllic life for sure, but of course there have been good moments. Of course there have. But I feel like my baseline is melancholy, like neither happy nor sad, more like meh. That's like my baseline. And I don't feel like that's good. No, I don't feel like it's good at all, actually. God, this is nothing what I wanted it to be. Like, my dream is to open a animal shelter. But also, you know, James and I don't have any money ever. We are lucky to get by week by week. And it's really, like, I'm really glad for them, but it's really hard seeing my friends buying homes and, you know, having families and traveling and doing all this wonderful, wonderful things, and I've never even left New Zealand. No, I don't think there'll be a chance in hell I'll ever be a homeowner. We live in this place that's literally mouldy, and we can barely afford to live here. But we don't want to leave Wellington. So we don't, like, you know, and it's awful because our bad moods feed each other's bad moods. And that makes me feel guilty, like, every day. God, this is a bright and happy video. It's also really hard because my older brother is amazing and he's super successful and he's like one of the top people in his career choice, and I feel like a waste of space. Like, my brother after me, so he's like, it's my big brother, my little brother, and then my youngest brother. That's how I kind of refer to them. So my little brother, the one after me, he's got a master's degree, you know. My baby brother, my youngest brother, is just so talented in so many things, and he's so kind. And he's gonna make a name for himself in something. But, you know, I feel like my stepsister's awesome. She's awesome. She's amazing with horses. Amazing. Well, amazing with all animals, really. And she's so funny. She's so funny. She's so funny. And she's gonna make a name for herself one day, whatever she chooses. And it's really hard because as a little girl, my brothers were my best friends. Not Ethan, he wasn't born yet. Oops, I said his name too late. And now I feel like I have no relationship with any of them. And when I do see them, I just feel like they're judging me for being useless. Okay, I've gotten myself into a state, so hopefully the next one will be happy and exciting, and I'll get Sarah to tell you a story. I'm sorry. And I fully understand if you don't like this and you don't subscribe to me if you ever see it, because I'm a flippin' mess. But thank you if you've watched this. I really appreciate it. And now I'm gonna, like, disappear because I don't know how to turn this off. Hold on, let me put my glasses on and hide all these tears. Okay, I figured it out. Thank you. Thank you, internet.